Alright, let's get started on this transmission fluid change. So first things first, we're going to get this 19mm drain plug. Okay, now let's start removing the pan so we can get to the filter. So these are 10mm. Okay, now let's remove the pan. Yeah, watch out for that. Now let's get the filter, which is this guy right here. It's held on by 3 10mm. Alright, so we're going to get this pan all cleaned up. So right now we're going to remove the old gasket, clean up this pan, and make sure you clean all the magnets here, because they're going to be full of small metal shavings.
12 seconds later.
Okay, once the pan is all cleaned up, make sure you clean both magnets too. You could use a bit of sandpaper on the more stubborn spots where the old gasket was. And don't worry about getting all the metal shavings off. Sometimes there's a bit left behind, so don't go crazy. Try to get every last bit of it. That's what the magnet is for anyway. I was cleaning these for about a good 10 minutes, but you know, there's always a bit left. So it should be fine. All clean, all dry. Now we're ready to put it back. Alright, so there's one more filter that we have to get to. It's this guy right here. It's a cartridge filter. We're going to get it from the passenger wheel well. So I'll take off the wheel and the inner fender and then just swing it to the side here so we could access. You could access it from the bottom, but I'm just doing this for filming purposes. I think it's easier from here. So it's a 10mm holding it. Okay, now we're going to put in the new filter. So the open-ended side in. The aftermarket one I bought gave me the complete wrong O-ring. It's a metal O-ring. So I'm going to reuse the one that's in the housing here. If it leaks in the future, I'm gonna have to change it, but for now this is gonna do. We're just gonna lube it just a bit. Alright, make sure the surface on the transmission is clean. So we're going to go ahead and put the new filter. Okay, now we're ready to put the pan. A little trick is put some dielectric grease, just dabs all around so the gasket could stick to the pan, so you don't have to fight with it. Looking to replace those outdated, prehistoric, dinosaur-era halogen bulbs on your car? Well, don't worry, I got you covered. Auxito offers LED replacements for your low beams, high beams, side markers, turn signals, brake lights, dome lights, reverse lights, and more. They even have full LED light packages for specific cars. Check them out at auxito.com by clicking the link in the video description. Use promo code ONETRICK for 15% off your next order. That's promo code ONETRICK for 15% off your next order. Okay, now I'm just going to go around and tighten them by hand. Go around and tighten each one by hand. You don't need to go too tight or else you're going to squish the gasket and it might rip. So now last thing, we're going to put the drain plug and just shoot some brake cleaner. Okay, now that your drain plug is back in, don't drop the car just yet. We're going to need to take off the drain plug again to check the level. So now we're just going to put back the inner fender and the wheel, and then we're going to go on top and fill the fluid. Alright, so the plug for the transmission fluid that we're going to fill from is this guy right here. It's kind of hard to get from the top, so we're going to get it from the bottom. We're going to use a long screwdriver and just tap it out slightly because they could be stuck on there pretty good. If you try to pull it from the top, you have no space here. There's a bunch of radiator hose and some wiring harness. You could actually fit your hand in there and have access to it, but it's going to be hard to pull it since there's no space. Alright, so you're going to need a funnel with a long, flexible end like this, or you could probably try to fabricate one, because it is hard to get to the fill hole. So I find this to be the easiest, so I'm going to put it in place, and then we're going to start filling with the CVT Type NS3 transmission fluid. So we're going to start with 8 quarts, and then we're going to go on the bottom and check the level. Alright, now that you're done, we're just going to shoot some brake cleaner to clean up the mess that we did when filling it up. Then we're going to put in the plug. Okay, once the plug is in, we're going to go ahead and start the car and let the transmission oil warm up to 85 degrees, and then we're going to check the level from underneath. Alright, so with the scanner, we're going to wait till the fluid temperature reaches 35 degrees, between 35 and 45. Yeah, sorry, I say 85 degrees, but no, that was wrong. It's 35 to 45 degrees, and in Fahrenheit I think it's 90 to 105, I think, I'm not sure. But 35 to 45, and we're gonna wait. And meantime, we're just gonna shift the lever. We're gonna go 5 seconds each position, and then we're gonna put it back in park as we're waiting for the fluid temperature to go up. Alright, now that the fluid temperature is above 35, we're going to go ahead and check the fluid level from underneath. If you don't have a scanner, just run the car for about 10 minutes and you're going to reach over 35 degrees for the transmission fluid. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and open up the drain plug again, and then once we see a steady stream, we're going to let it drain, and then until we see little drops come out. Once we see a steady stream of drops, we're going to put back the drain plug, and then that's going to be it for the level. Yeah, and you have to let the car run while you're opening up the drain plug. once it stops a steady stream and it starts dripping like this towards the side of the pan, then you know it's full. Now we could go ahead and put back the drain foot. And that's it, we're all done. We're just gonna clean up all the fluid and we're gonna go for a drive. Alright, after you've test drove the car, make sure everything's good, it shifts good. No leaks, no lagging, no jerking. We're gonna go ahead and reset the transmission fluid on the computer. So it's called deterior. I'm just going to show you guys. So we're going to go into VIN. Okay, hot functions, trans adaptation. So conform CVTF deteriorate transmission. So it's this one here. Clear. CTF fluid deterioration. Clear, and that's it. So it's kind of the same thing as an engine oil life, but for the transmission. And that's it. We're all done. Alright, thank you guys for watching. Any comments, questions, leave them in the comments below. And I'll see you guys in the next video.